Looking good. All right, guys, championship round here, rolling at you in the Blitz World Series event. We got Marko in red on the right, fighting out of Finland. We got Qien in yellow on the left, out of Russia. So this is, you guys know, it's a tale as old as time. We got Qien, the Octo Kid. We got Marko, the GOAT, greatest player of all time. Marko's just been around for so long and been dominating for so long. I know a lot of you guys are like, well, isn't Woody the best right now, or isn't this or that? The point is, though, Marko has dominated the scene for the longest. That's why we call him the GOAT. And then you got Qien, obviously the Octo Kid, a lot newer of a player, only been playing now for about a year or so. But obviously you guys all know him and love him if you've been around the Blitz World Series. He's always fun to watch and a great player. So this is the championship. There's going to be no timers throughout this entire series. And also keep in mind it is best of 7. In the top right there it says best of 5. That is incorrect. So, yeah, so both these guys, the semifinal games, they automatically got into the semifinals because they were in the championship last month. They both 3-0'd. So we saw Qien 3-0 Quas, we saw Marko 3-0 Luke. So again, these guys proving that they are very, very dominant, obviously here. And but ultimately, it's for that crown. Only one person going to go home a winner today. Now, if you guys have been following the Blitz World Series, 2 months ago, Marko beat Qien on Oasis. Last month, Qien beat Marko on Yin Yang. On Yin Yang. So these guys have seen each other the last 2 months. Right now they're 1-1. So this one, I think there's even a little extra excitement here because 1-1 the last 2 months. Marko trying to take down the Octo Kid. Qien coming at the GOAT. Let's see what happens here. First little engagement. Qien is the aggressor here, pushing into that hut. Pushing into that hut does give a nice defensive advantage here, but Qien is up far enough that he was able to take it home. Still making really great use of those early conscripts. Nice fodder. Marko has a paradrop topside. Qien has a sentry gun to counter. Marko won. Last month was... 2 months ago was Doom. Marko won on Doom 2 months ago. Then Qien won on Yin Yang last month. That's right. All right. And that paradrop top left does get something done. What did that grab? Power plant? I missed it. So now Marko has some dogs joining in. Marko very early Desolators here, and you see his economy super early tech push here from Marko. That's always an interesting decision. You know, it can be there's a few different reasons to make that move. It could be that he just feels like it's the play against Qien. It could be that he just doesn't want to necessarily go Rhino for Rhino. But a player like Marko, you know, Marko's Rhinos can definitely stand up to Qien's. So I think ultimately here it could possibly be that Marko just feels like Qien's not going to be expecting that. It's the move to catch Qien out of position the most. So a very, very early tech push, but Qien does have a paradrop backside, and that Battle Lab hit is devastating, you guys. Marko is broke. So losing that Battle Lab, ultimately that was his edge there, was to try to get ahead on the tech push, try to win the Iron Curtain race. Losing that's really, really tough. Yeah, Marko economy is tough. I mean, that's what you get with the early tech push. We saw Desolators and a radar super early. We saw Battle Lab super early. And that's the problem. So look at that. So Marko sacrificed his economy to get that early tech push, and still lost the tech race there as the Kirov comes out, the Iron Curtain comes out, and the Dreadnoughts come out. So with Qien's Soviet Trident fully geared up here, Marko in a very, very tough position. He can try to mirror, but he's just going to be behind. So it's gonna be tough. So Qien out now with his own Kirov, tries to get a flag track in there, but that radiation's devastating. Marko is severely in trouble. He needs to get some drones involved. If the drones can't get in, that Kirov cannot be countered here. Flat cannon now from Marko. Marko with his own Iron Curtain as well. It's both players with Iron Curtains, but yeah, so those Desolators from Qien were glorious. Beautiful Desolators in there to support that Kirov, and that Kirov is running amok. Does take that oil with it. Doesn't take the Iron Curtain, luckily for Marko, but he's still in a tough spot. Now the Dreadnought's coming, and that's why we call him the Octo Kid. So it's like being in a knife fight in a pitch black room with an octopus. He's coming at you from all sides. And Marko, you know, one of the best players in the world, just kind of behind here. And ultimately, though, in these games, you know, you look at this now and it's like Qien seems like he's way up. But in these games, it's a tug of war. And as soon as one person stumbles an inch, the other player blows it open a mile. And that's what we saw there with that Battle Lab hit from Qien. Marko had the tech race going. He was going to have the Iron Curtain ahead. He was going to have the Kirov ahead. And then that paradrop from Qien, perfectly placed paradrop. He walked it down the hill. He took out the Battle Lab and just put Marko so far behind. behind, wasn't able to recover. All right, guys, coming at you here. Point number 2, Allied versus Allied in the championship is best of 7. So these are going to be the first 2 and the only 2 mirrored matches here. Starting off Soviet versus Soviet. Qien putting that first one on the board. Now switching over to Allied versus Allied. Then we will do swapped factions from here on through the rest of the series. So both players are going to play a forward barracks here. Going to try to get in those early huts. These dog battles are so crucial. We've seen that all tournament long on this map. And will remind you guys again about the center of this map. Yeah, it has played pretty skewed. I'm not a huge fan of it, and we are adjusting it. So if you're seeing this map for the first time and you start playing Quick Match next month, you will be seeing a different version of this map where the center is a little bit less decisive. So anyway, pretty even though. Both players getting 2 huts and 2 huts. Both players on 2 oils and a barracks. So very similar mirrored openings. Pretty even position here in the first minute. Yeah, the colors yellow and red, it depends on a 4-player map. Yellow and red automatically start in different corners. Some of the other colors have spawn a little bit differently, so there's some issues with that. So that's why we use the yellow and red. More diverse. Love that. It's just like there's like 97 things on my list, Luke. I'll add that. Change the player colors. All right, GGI's out for Marko now. GGI's out, so let's see. Yeah, so very, very similar. The GGI is kind of interesting move here from Marko. See if he brings the IFVs to fill him up or what he has planned with those. You know, building some GIs as well. So now the AFC... So now we do see a little bit of difference here in the build order as the AFC comes out from Marko. Qien got an extra oil first. Offensive paradrop from Qien right on that little hill there. Going to use that higher ground. It's actually a pretty decent spot. Going to try to walk him away from that pillbox and try to grab that oil. Cleans it out, but does take his tanks out of position. Allows Qien to hop in on the bottom side, try to harass that oil. Can't afford to dive on that building though. Marko offensive paradrop top left. Now AFK. Marko moving his MCV. Must have been a misclick there. I'm not exactly sure why that would have happened. So Qien doesn't get too much done, but does cause some confusion, and Marko having to undeploy his MCV would have canceled whatever he was building there. Okay. Eagles come in, so AFC for AFC, so both players trading their AFCs now. Qien now with some Rockies, and those GGIs that Marko built early on coming in valuable here, taking out the Rockies, but Qien just way ahead on Grizzlies here. Very, very tough position. It's a lot of Grizzly tanks. I'm not exactly sure how Qien got this far ahead, but that's why we call him the Octo Kid. So Qien takes home point number 2 here, winning both of the mirrored matches. Now going to switch over to split factions. So Marko going to take Soviet first. Yes, we talked about that. So in the past we've always done the loser gets Soviet after the mirrored matches. The loser gets Soviet, which is kind of funny because Soviet used to be so OP. And now with Allied, a lot of the pros preferring Allied in some situations. It's funny, we're having to address that for the first time. It's like literally the first 5 events, like the loser would have wanted Soviet. Anyway, so now we think we will, going forward from now on in the pro division, when you get to the 3rd point, I think we will let the loser choose which faction they want to start with. Let's take a quick look at the predictions here.
I've got the knowledge.
Marko with 9 votes, Qien with 5. So Marko at 64% of the voters here, feeling like Marko the Ghost going to take this one home. But obviously those votes were cast before these first 2 points, because right now things are looking pretty scary here for Marko. But you never really can count out a player like Marko. So Marko is able to secure both huts. Very, very important here to slow down the GI rush. That's definitely the first step. He is going to get it fully juiced here as well. Gets 2 more conscripts involved. Now that buys him some much needed time, but he's still not out of the woods. These GIs are still going to come. They will melt that hut. Oh, wow. And the elite GI, yep. All starts with the hut. So now a bunker out as well. Marko, this is kind of questioning to me. This bunker here doesn't really make sense to me because the GIs can outrange it from the hill. Generally, the forward barracks is kind of necessary or you fall behind on the race. But then, I don't know. That bunker, I question that bunker a little bit here. So now Marko and a sentry gun as well, also going to be outranged. This is Marko's only barracks, so if that barracks goes down, he throws those conscripts in front as fodder, and that's how you run over GIs. Well played by Marko. So Marko does thwart that GI rush. Now the question is, what did it cost Marko, and what position is he going to be in as we move into the mid game? And look at Marko grabs that hut with the conscript. Absolutely beautiful. Now harassing from the hill. If Qien does not engage these rhinos, the oil is going to go down. So Marko bouncing back. Oh, and that pillbox on the hill, nice move. Yeah, you can build intermittently between those hills if you're close enough. And the pillboxes are going to keep coming from Qien, and very, very well played. Marko made a really good decision, nice play there, and then Qien came in with that pillbox, very, very nice. And Marko feels like he has a leg up here. He's going to keep pressing. It's not an incredible position for Marko, but it's a position where you have to get value against a player like Qien. If you do even get this slight little chance here to make something happen, you really, really want to get some offensive value. But Qien was able to hold the position, buying some. I think he bought some GIs in addition to his paradrop there. Brought some GIs out as well. Now snipers out, and look at the range on this hut. That's again, guys, building up next to this ledge. It allows you to build up. It got Qien out of that position, but it's also does have some liabilities involved. Yes, you can always sell the MCV if you ask Path. Okay, all right, yeah, and goes up and grabs that, and that's a huge move against the allied player. The double paradrop, so many free GIs. We've seen the value the GIs get. Grabbing that paradrop is very, very nice, but Marko needs to be a little bit concerned about this GI push and these snipers, but Marko may be going for the strategy that a good defense is a good offense here, just going to bring it on Qien's doorstep, and it worked. He forced Qien to pull back his units to be defensive. Ultimately, that attack could have done a ton of damage, but Qien just not willing to accept the trade there. So now Marko driving through, bit of questionable unit control here, but Marko is up, going to click down these tanks, even has time to grab the AFC. Qien quits out. Marko puts one on the board, 1-2, and I smell the smoke, boys. I smell the smoke. Yeah, the barn could be burning here. Both pings are back to green. Snark, if you want to hop in here and give it a shot. Snark, if you are around, give you like 20 seconds.
So,
yeah, hop on in here.
Absolutely, if I can, man. Holy shit, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Okay, if there's any lag, Snark, you have to leave immediately so we don't tilt. Marko. Marko doesn't tilt. That's not the right word. He doesn't really tilt. He just gets really annoyed. All right.
I don't think it tilts on his gameplay. Just like it's frustrating for me. It's like, why ruin things again? I get him. I understand it. I've played. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to play with lag.
Yep. And plus, when there's lag and there's no one to blame, that's the worst. When there's lag and Snark's around, it's nice because you got someone to blame.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So it's 2-1 for Qien.
Yeah. Point number 4 here. How you feeling? Do you think Marko's pulling back a little bit of momentum? That was definitely a nice last point. And against Allied, which we've talked about being so strong on this map. How you feeling, Snark? How you feeling?
Absolutely, it's going to come down. Well, this point could be the even maker, right? 3-1 is very different from 2-2. And, Qien with the dogs, the OP dogs doing insane work there. So Marko does get slowed down here with his GI push. Marko isn't much of a GI rush man in general. We're going to see if he does choose. Okay, I misspoke. Well, not enough GIs to actually call it a GI rush. He's just using some GIs defensively. We're going to see what Qien's plan here is. He did get his huts pretty juiced up here, so he was, he is taking that into consideration just in case. And Qien with the War Factory out. Marko on 3 oils first. And we're going to see. He's going to bring in the pressure with the Rhinos very quickly, right? That's what Qien's objective of the Soviet player. Slow down the Allied player early. Marko, War Factory out now. Can he survive both of these players with such crazy tank control? These players in tank fights are just crazy.
It's absolutely incredible what Qien can get done with 2 tanks. His ability to kind of duck and dodge the early defensive structures is incredible, and the value that he can get out of just a few tanks. But at the same time, we've seen Marko so many times, what Marko can get done early game with a pillbox, and a single GI defending himself. Marko is so well defended early on. He's so comfortable going heavy oils, and even in this position though, he actually got his Grizzlies out very fast. So no early value for Qien, and Marko was, even after losing some dog engagements there, Marko was able to secure those huts to slow him down a little bit. So yeah, it's Marko doesn't get that early GI value, but he probably wasn't looking for it anyway. That's not really the way he normally plays. But here come the Rhinos. Beautiful pillbox.
Gorgeous pillbox, and with using the Rocketeer and the Eagle to the fullest. The question is, does he have enough favor to hold? We spoke about Qien getting so much value, and Marko does hold that attack. Relentless attack from Qien. Qien on 3 War Factories either. This is dangerous for Marko. Marko needs to start getting things done fast, because if he's going to let the Soviet player, if he's not teched up, Soviet player on 3 War Factories, it's not pretty for the Allied player. Really quickly, it becomes very, very scary. Another GGI here. 2 more GGI to defend. 3 Eagles coming out. They're going to snipe the barracks.
Yep. And doesn't and misses that flak, but doesn't lose a single eagle. GGI is coming to defend now. And Marko needs to be a little bit careful. He is in a position where if Qien starts pushing in down this hill, he will have a range advantage. But yeah, Marko looking pretty comfortable. Nice build from Marko. It's a very defendable position, but at the same time, his oils are spread out enough that he's not going to get like massive collateral damage. Defensive paradrop from Marko, using those eagles well to slow things down. Qien's going to come. Yeah, Qien finds a little gap in the armor here. Pillbox out.
Absolutely, the snipers being used so well to deal with the fodder and the conscripts here. Marko doing a fantastic job. And look at those grizzlies just pushing in here, overwhelming those runners, but doesn't want to get in range of that hut. That's really juiced up. Barracks goes down again. Marko snipes it. Marko needs to move back into a defensive position here. But Qien on 4 war factories keeps pushing in here. The pillboxes, are they enough to defend here? The GGI coming into play as well. That's going to be huge. GGI do so much damage versus tanks, and Marko holds again. Marko's economy is doing fantastically. I want to see him tech up or do something. He has 2 war factories, but he doesn't want to go war factory wars with a Soviet player. The barracks get sniped for a 4th time here in this game, 3rd time I believe. From Marko, just using those eagles so fantastically. Can he hold on here? Oh, Qien is pushing in. Marko's in trouble.
The non-stop pressure here, and each time Marko wins an attack, you think it's almost over, and then Qien comes in again, and Marko holds again. Oh my god! And this was in the same thing in that barn burner on their Doom championship. The exact same scenarios we were seeing from Marko. These incredible holds, these incredible pushes, and Marko again with another defensive paradrop here. Marko on 10k. Marko needs to be spamming. I'd like to see some prism towers from Marko, but Marko, what's nice here, here's the key to this game right now though, it's not just that Marko's holding, it's not the perfect defense, but what you have to take into note is that Marko has also been maintaining an offensive presence with his eagles. So the whole time he's holding this position, he's also getting damage done downfield, and that's what keeps him in this game, because if you just play defense, your opponent will eventually out macro you and just roll over you. So that's what's been nice here, is that Marko's also been able to get some nice offensive value. Really, really well played.
Absolutely, and Qien's solution is very simple. It's on the map, it's inbuilt into the map, and that's a genetic mutator. You cannot push this infantry on these snipers without the genetic mutator. That's what he needs to control right now. Qien's objective should be the genetic mutator and teching up right now as Marko snipes a 2nd war factory this game with the eagles. Conscripts in the top left getting taken care of with the pillboxes. Marko is everywhere, Qien is everywhere. The Octo Kid versus the Goat. This is insane. Marko with an insane infantry defensive presence in his base. Qien cannot push this.
Oh! The Deso Bomb! The Deso Bomb! Now gonna die. What's he dive for? There's no battle lab. There's not going to be a force shield. I thought he might try to dive on the MCV. Instead, he tries to go for the tanks. Doesn't get anything out of it. What do you think of that decision making? What was the move there for Qien? Should he have gone for the MCV?
He just didn't have enough tanks. Marko's been able to slow down, and now he loses the paradrop as well. He needs to tech up. He needs to grab that genetic mutator ASAP. Marko needs to deal with this annoying desolator. There we go. An eagle takes care of that. But now Marko with a huge tick advantage, and he's teched up. Kirov out for Qien. Marko has so many grizzlies now. He could push Qien. Pumping out the desolators for a defensive position here, hopefully is going to be enough. He needs to make a naval yard. I want him to grab the genetic mutator. That could be a huge difference. Marko out first with the naval yards, and now BF's coming out for Mr. Marko. You know I love BFs, Ivor.
You always get excited about the BFs, and also because you're the only one I ever see use them. But in this case, Marko bringing them out as well. And I would love the genetic mutator. The point of this map, if you're in map control, which Qien has been the entire game, he should have that genetic mutator, which actually could have delivered a pretty valuable punch against the infantry defenses of Marko's. The Kirov. Oh, and that Kirov's going to take an AFC. Oh, it doesn't get the wow.
Almost.
Yep.
Dreadnought out, but he does lose the IC up in the top left, and there's a sniper for some reason next to Qien's war factory in the top right. Okay, Dolphin's coming in here to deal with this Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is going to go down. What value does it get? Gets an oil, doesn't get much of anything else done.
Oh,
and
that war factory. The war factory goes down from the Dreadnought as well. Yeah, and the Dreadnoughts, I mean, some people in the chat saying Soviet position here is so hard, and Qien kind of really committed to the Rhino wars early on there. His tech was a little bit late, and ultimately, once the Allied players fully comfortable like this, they have their 8 Eagles working, Qien needed his tech push a little bit earlier. The Iron Curtain, the Dreadnoughts, the Kirovs, that's his way to bust through right now. He falls behind on the naval battle. Aircraft carrier now from Marko to counter, but Marko's base is a powder keg. There's a lot of really, really juicy oils, and those are the kind of things you want to be able to target with an Iron Curtain, with a Dreadnought. But Qien a little late on the tech, and now Qien's broke.
The naval wars. Marko's going to win the naval wars, and with that, the IC is in a very, very exposed position. Marko able to hold another relentless attack here from Qien, and now he's going for the power. Qien needs another nuclear power plant before this one explodes. ASAP, another aircraft carrier joining the second one down at the bottom. A third one now out for Marko. Marko in a super, really good defensive position, and the Eagles are going to come in and take out the IC again.
IC,
ooh, a GG called.
Yep. And yeah, it was, what an interesting game, because Qien kept thinking to himself, you know, there's always that decision in the Soviet player's mind. You're thinking, do I need more tanks? Do I just try to win this with tanks? Can I end this? Can I close the door? or do I need to push tech and play a late game here? And Qien, you know, you could almost just feel it. He kept thinking like, I just need 10 more tanks. I just need one more push. I just need one more push. And Marko just kept holding, kept stuffing those attacks. And ultimately, the mid-late game came and Qien didn't have his tech out. And at that point, yeah, I mean, there's just nothing that Soviet player can do without their tech. Wow, Snark.
Absolutely. You know, in Wing Chun, there's a thing called windowing, right? Where you purposely place your hands in a position where a certain position in your body looks exposed, right? To trap your opponent. So their opponent attacks that direction and you're expecting it. So there's all different kind of body postures and hand postures that's called windowing. Marko did a great job windowing in that game. He just, you know, Qien just kept pushing in. He thought he had a window. He thought he had a window. He thought he had a window. And Marko just, you know, bit him in the butt there and just took him out. That was just fantastic. What a great game.
Yep, very incredible, well played. That's what you love to see, Allied versus Soviet. Marko just playing a really beautiful Allied there, very defensible base, but ultimately there, I mean, Marko didn't make a single wrong decision. You know, Qien just got so little value out of those early attacks. Really well played. Now dogs in now. So Qien, we are going to see the GIs come, but the dogs, and it already not looking good for Qien's push. And Qien doesn't even get his forward hut. Qien doesn't even get, so Qien, not only is he stopped by the second, he's stopped by the first hut's already slowing him down. So Qien can have a really hard time getting value out of these GIs. We'll see if Qien just fully commits. Oh my God! Oh, Marko almost took his other hut.
Wow, Marko proving some dangerous dog skills there right at the start, grabbing Qien's hut. That was insane, but a big GI push. Now Marko has his huts juiced up, especially the bottom hut. The top one isn't that juiced up, but Qien deciding to go down bottom. Marko with a bunker in a defensive position already. Qien out with the Grizzlies, like you said, the 1-2, right, Ivor? Keep speaking about the 1-2.
You gotta have the GIs to try to throw off the Soviet player. Then you gotta have the Rhinos to make something done. Ooh, and does blunder that tank. Not a common mistake to see here from Qien. In early game, it's hard to appreciate. You know, you newer players, a guy like me, I do that to a tank every game. These players having one, you know, there's only 3 tanks out on the field right now. Having one of them at 10% health, devastating early game. It can make a big difference at this level. So Qien's, we've seen this before. Qien baits bottom side. He pretends like he's going to go bottom. He can't push on the bottom. He can't push on flat ground with these GIs realistically. But look at that. He made Marko overcommit to the bunker's bottom side, and look how quickly Qien rerouted here. And Marko may have missed this against Quas, but Qien got a win this way against Quas. The exact same play, but the Desolator's out. Oh my God, he's blundering so. Yep, the Desolator is out.
Fences. I've never seen anyone defend this well. Marko is insane. He's not human. The way he's been able to defend these crazy attacks from Qien, no one else would be able to hold these attacks. No one else on the planet, only the GOAT himself. This is just insane. Both players getting secret sauce in the chat, by the way, countering each other, so they both have secret sauce.
Both players in the secret sauce. So now the sniper's out to counter the Desolators. Marko's getting a little too aggressive here. He got a little too excited about that. He does pull back to his hut. But yeah, and so that play, we saw that exact play versus Quas. It's the same story with a different ending. He went bottom side. He made him overcommit to his ground defense, and then he went top side and was able to get something done with it. But the difference was that Desolator came out just in time. And you know, in Quas's game, Qien was able to get a War Factory out of that and ultimately pull out the win. So very close, but ultimately Marko's just on fire right now. He's just not making any mistakes, not giving Qien an inch, and Qien's getting on his heels a little bit here.
Absolutely, Marko in a great position, but here now Qien has his favorite move, which is bring snipers together with the GIs forward. My personal favorite counter at this point in the game is to tech up, get some sea choppers. It completely counters any infantry push from the allied player. In the top right, we have an AFK paradraft from Marko that could go in and snipe the power plants, maybe get an AFC as well. 3 War Factories out for Marko, so Marko is going for the take advantage here, but Qien up to 5 Eagles. He can start sniping War Factories as we speak. Oh, the oil goes, okay, interesting choice to go for the oil there. Marko still has a lot of money here, but Qien with so much infantry in the center. I think Marko's only counter here is sea choppers or Tesla coils or something with a...
the snipers! He blunders the snipers! He blundered both snipers into the radiation! Oh, and Marko deployed that Deso early, kind of throwing Qien off. Marko was like, all right, this sniper's dead in 1 second, let's just deploy it. The snipers, for whatever reason, got out of position. Qien keeping a little bit of an offense going with those Eagles, does take a War Factory, but Marko buying himself some valuable time by taking out those snipers, but Qien's gonna gear up another force. The GIs and the snipers so devastating. Oh, Quas correcting me on their exchange in his game, there was a sniper. Okay, Quas, you're right. Different story, different ending. Okay, Rhino's pushing in here. Do they have enough? Oh, the conscripts join in from the paradrop, and another paradrop coming. He must have had that other paradrop chilling. The Desolators behind, and Marko's on a rampage right now. Qien pulls back his Grizzlies to defend. He's going to attack with his GIs. I don't think the Grizzlies can hold this position, though. Defensive paradrop now, and Qien, you see Qien not making laps. He needs to be using his Eagles defensively. That's what we saw with Marko. All of these Eagles should be hotkeyed. They should all be bombing these tanks. Could be a very different position right now if they were, but Marko's taking huge bites right now.
Absolutely. Oil goes down, gets a lot of Qien's tank as well. The Eagle's still being used defensively, and not defensively. Marko crushes the GI push from Qien, so Marko in a fantastic position. Oh, but a huge oil snipe
Huge
there.
oil hit.
Qien getting lovely chain damage here. If Marko's not careful, he's going to go broke. Both players at the moment are very low on economy, but a huge Rhino army coming in for Marko. Qien doesn't have enough to defend, so it looks like Marko is going to end it here, and Qien quits.
Oh my god.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What are we seeing here? Oh my god, what a crazy game. Qien looked so in control there, and Marko just kept holding and perfect Desolators and perfect attacks and perfect defenses, and somehow both players, he was broke, but Marko just had the Rhino numbers. He came in, he ended it. I'm literally hyped right now. I'm like,
I know. No, I mean it's crazy. It's crazy. And these guys, and that's why I think someone in the chat saying all because of a sniper blunder. But that's what we're talking about at this level, guys. I mean, it's not like at the lower level, it's like who makes less mistakes. At the highest level, at these two playing the game theory optimal, top level, it's who makes the first mistake. You make the first mistake, boom, and it's just like the other player. Both these guys just blowing positions wide open, and to be so ready for anything, to be so ready and have something happen where you just go crazy. Like as soon as the snipers blunder, boom, Marko's off to the races. He's hitting the top side, he's pushing, he's taking back the ground on the hill. Love it, love to see it here. What a banger here. 3-2, it is best of 7. So if Marko takes this one home, yeah, Marko will be up. How you feeling, Snark? How you feeling? Can Qien pull this one back?
I don't know. I mean, Qien has been so powerful these games. Marko, amazing defense ability. Qien just needs to find the right attack to be able to penetrate Marko's defenses. And look, Qien already getting control of the huts here. He's got 3 huts versus 1 hut for Marko. Marko not using the GI push at the moment, so he's going to go for a bit of a different strategy. This gives Soviet an opportunity. This is exactly the window Qien needed. Forward War Factory here for Qien. He's going to go in aggressive. Marko going a War Factory on 2 Ls instead of 3 like we usually see him going here. So Marko with a different plan in mind. Usually you need 3 Ls if you go GIs. He didn't go that many GIs. Can he defend the early onslaught that Qien has been bringing every single game Ivor? The Sov control, this tank control out of Qien is phenomenal.
Yep, I mean it absolutely is. But I mean honestly, and I don't really feel. I know it's easy. Some of these other guys, it's easy to kind of pick little things apart. Sure, there's been some little mistakes that are distinguishable, but ultimately these micro decisions, Qien's making such good decisions, and Marko's just countering them. I mean, I don't, I don't know. I mean, Marko's defense and Qien's offense, they're both their own works of art, and it happens to be in this case Marko pulling ahead. But perfect pillbox, traps the rhinos, gobbles them up. Oh my god.
Who defends there? Who defends like that? No one can defend like that. Only Marko. Only the goats.
Marko's tank lead now. Look at Marko's tank lead here. That's insane. That's insane. Wow. Oh my
it's
god.
Crazy. And Marko, you'd say he's broke. You say he's allied. Early he doesn't have control. He didn't use the GI push. He should be behind. Qien on 3 war factories, but no, Marko is actually ahead. How the hell did that happen?
I don't. He's way ahead. He's like so far ahead. I'm just like, what is Marko? Why does Marko have so many Grizzlies? Now he has Rockies and Eagles. Oh, he is going to start going broke here. There might be a slight window of opportunity. No, look at Marko's economy straddled right at 500. Wow, that is a well-oiled machine on the Finnish Empire here on the right side of the map. Marko, look at that economy perfectly pumping. Beautiful. What a work of art.
That is just insane. And now Marko goes for 2nd war factory. Qien on 3 war factories, and the radar is out. He went into a more of a defensive position. Marko can go with the crazy infantry defense again. He's going to have GIs, GGIs everywhere, making it extremely difficult to push. Now he's starting to snipe power plants with those Eagles, and Qien needs to start thinking about air defense and long game plans, which is going to be teching up. It's going to be you know, Octokid style, Dreadnought, Kirov, IC everywhere all at once, but the double AFC ready for this. Oh, IQ pushing in here. There's too many GGIs there. What are you doing?
There's too many Grizzlies. There's too many GGIs. There's a Prism Tower. There's another Prism Tower. Qien doesn't have anything here. And Qien, again, we saw this in their last engagement, Soviet versus Allied. Qien refusing to go tech. Battle Lab out. Oh, luckily the Eagles already had a target, so that Battle Lab didn't go down. He got lucky on that timing. But Qien, again, 3.5 minute mark. And you know, it's like pro years, that's like the 8-minute mark in a noob game. This is very late game to be coming with the tech. Qien got a little late to the party on that, and ultimately it's everything he needs right now. Marko now gearing up the counterpunch, the snipers, and the GIs. The Eagles come in. Qien. Qien's in trouble here. Never count out and the Desolators. Desolators are going to be devastating. Oh, but you see Qien sneak in that Rhino to crush that sniper. The sniper's out. There's no sniper up there anymore.
Yeah, no sniper, so he knows he can go in for that fence because he knows he could send the Desolator out to defend. But Marko here is preparing, and the lab went down, so no lab. Now the lab comes back up, and Marko has more than enough for just Grizzlies, sheer Grizzlies, to defend as Marko's never taking up even. He takes up so late, and it works for him. Using the Desolator, the sniper, does stay alive just.
The sniper crawls off the radiation. That GI pulled him out. Wow, and the sniper deso battles up here. I mean, it's coming down to a just microsecond differences. 8 Eagles coming backside, gonna grab that nuclear reactor and take it to the battle lab with it. How could they not? Could a target be any more juicy than that?
Absolutely not. Boom! Down goes. Did you see that MCV on deploy? Down goes. Well, it did take a lot less damage because he undeployed it, but yeah, that was a huge juicy target. Qien does have an IC in the top left and another separate nuclear reactor. Does he have the air defense though to defend versus Marko? He's just gonna snipe that IC out of the sky like he's been doing every single game. Qien needs much more air defense, or that IC is meaningless and worthless. Both players out with a naval yard at the moment. Qien trying to push it. He does not have the numbers to be. He cannot push this under any circumstances. With
Desolators coming. Oh, the Desolators do get down. Do they? And Qien does full head on this exchange, but there's another wave coming, and Qien refusing. He is out with quite a few flak cannons, only now building flak tracks. Now at the one point in the game where another handful of Rhinos might be nice. So Qien is going to start gearing up some Deso bombs, I think. He tried to hide the Iron Curtain in the corner, didn't work. The GIs are coming. Oh my God, it's nonstop. 105 of you guys in Twitch hanging out. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. Neen and Andy, thanks for the follow, guys. All you guys who are always here, thank you guys as well. It's been a good month of bangers. We'll have more action coming at you next month. Another tournament, more players, more cash prizes, a new map. Gonna be a good time. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Help me get this content in front of more people. Help Red Alert 2 take over the world the way it should. Is the best game of all time. Flak tracks pushing in. They do grab the snipers there. Kirov coming. Qien needs a few things, Snark. At least a good Deso Bomb for sure, but he needs a few things. A good Deso Bomb to start things off.
Deso Bomb for starters, and Kirov is clearing a path, but he did lose the naval battle. He needs a Desolator to deal with those dolphins, or he just loses the naval battle. The IC comes back up, but is it going to be enough? Marko with a million Mirages, Rocketeers, he's all teched and he's all geared in, and soon the aircraft carriers, as I say that the first aircraft carrier comes out here. These Eagles are going to keep trying to snipe targets. He needs to move his flak tracks into position to defend here. Can Qien hold on as Marko moves into a very late allied game in a very dominant and powerful position? The only way Qien is going to get naval control again is if he takes a Desolator, deploys it down there in the bottom left, and tries to make a naval yard and make some units there. But in the meantime, Marko does have naval supremacy, and he's dialed in, locked in, infantry everywhere, paradrops everywhere, GGIs, prism towers, barrage tanks. He's in big trouble, and here come the aircraft carriers. This is where it starts becoming very problematic for Qien. Does he have what it takes to hold on here until the IC is ready to be popped? Because this IC, Ivor, that's going to be the name of the game. But the aircraft carriers are coming in. Are they targeting the IC? Oh, he needs to move those flak tracks into defensive position.
Why is he defending the IC? He has to defend the IC here. He has to get this IC. It's his only way back into this game. He can hold the IC with these flak tracks. He gets the elite flak track. Now, Qien, the big thing is here, Qien needs a few things to happen perfectly. He needs a perfect Deso Bomb. He needs a perfect Iron Curtain. He needs a massive offensive hit out of both of those. Additionally, he also needs Marko to make a few mistakes because Marko is looking really nasty right now. So he only grabs a handful of the...
There's a Deso Bomb in there. Can he deploy unless he's going in? Okay. I think the Deso Bomb is down. I can't even locate what's going on.
Where did the Deso... Oh my God, wait, I was like, where did the Deso bomb? Okay, oh, the Rhino's getting gobbled up now by these Mirages. He's gunning down the Mirages. The Rhino's getting a lot of value. He has to destroy more of these tanks or he will get counterpunched here. But Marko has another, oh, I was like, Qien gets those. Oh my God, there's 20 more Mirages coming. The aircraft carriers are still being held off in the bottom left. So the MCV goes down for Marko. So now things have finally swung slightly in Qien's favor. Qien still needs to do a lot of things right though. The anti-air goes down. Marko was targeting the anti-air. Marko was targeting the anti-air in the bottom left, and by doing so, he's now made himself an opening. I think the Iron Curtain does go down, and Qien calls his Desolators off. The Desolators need to stay down there. He's got to, okay, so he's gonna move his MCV top left and just try to make something happen on the front line here. Try to go offensive instead of defensive. He's tired of dealing with this. Mirage is coming down from Marko, trying to counterpunch here. Rhino's pushing him back. Oh, gets himself on a lot of radiation.
Bomb. But it's not enough. The naval supremacy from Marko here, and Qien trying to deploy his MCV in the top left, not succeeding so far. Just these aircraft carriers. This is what's going to devastate Qien, because Marko only needs to hold, and he has more than enough to hold. No IC for Qien. Qien needs to try to get a battle lab back up and get an IC going. Another failed Deso bomb. There's just too many snipers here. Keeps spamming those snipers, and it's being successful. In the meantime, Marko coming in with an insane amount of aircraft carriers, just devastating Qien's base. Qien's base is melting. Qien makes another war factory in the top left. You need to tech up Qien. That's your only choice. You need to hold in the high ground with Desolators and try and take up and you know, bunker down, camp down to the top left. That's his only way out.
Yeah, it's really, really tough now. These Eagles. Marko doesn't have any Eagles. Marko doesn't have an AFC. Marko doesn't have an MCV or an AFC.
Yeah, no MCV, no AFC. Can Qien hold
Damn.
this?
If Marko, okay, so if Qien can get out of range of the aircraft carriers, Qien calls GG. I thought he could have turtled that corner. I mean, once he got out of range of the aircraft carriers, I don't know. There's a few ways for him to survive. Very few ways for him to have won that. But so in that IC push, if he could have got the battle lab as well. Well, there's already so many aircraft carriers out.
Wow, what a series. Ivor, that was one of the best series I've ever seen. Holy shit, those games were long, they were intense, they were crazy, They were just epic.
Absolute banger there. Yeah, so you guys saw that Qien not going in the naval, not going in the water himself. I think a big part of that, Marko had dolphins camping it, I think, but made it really, really hard. But Marko, ultimately, Qien had a few things, but Marko was just a step ahead. You know, the naval, the nail in the coffin. Very, very nice. Wow. Let's see.
Well, for starters, we got Marko in the voice chat here.
Marko's
for a
here.
Series interview.
Marko, how you feeling, man?
I'm okay.
Did you expect that? Did you expect to win?
Well, I think it could have gone either way. Like, it seems that it goes like he wins one Blitz month and then I win the other, and basically trading wins, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. The one you won 2 months ago. He won last month, so now you're up 2-1, and I'm sure the action's going to continue on. Did you what did you think about the map?
I think it's a pretty good map. I think it's a map where both factions can be pretty good. Like, I think it's more balanced than some of the other Blitz maps. Like, both factions can do very, very well, I think.
Yeah,
you can push with infantry with allies, but at the same time, there's more than one avenue to attack with Soviets, so you can split with the tanks. So that's nice.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, we saw that in your guys' games. There was, definitely a lot of value out of the GIs on the upper hills, but I don't think we saw any immediate. Neither of you guys got any immediate GI rush wins, I don't think, in this series.
I don't think GI rush really, like, you can't really win with it. I don't think, because it's very defendable, but it can get you ahead, especially if you get like the huts. That would be like really great for you, but I think it's very hard to win with just GI rush.
And how'd you feel about Snark kind of lagging things down and ruining everything?
I was pretty tilted because of it. It's not the first or the second time, and not the last where Snark lags.
Fuck you, Marko. Oh man.
So,
Yeah. So,
sorry, go ahead, Snark.
sorry. Yeah, no, I was gonna ask, so Marco, right? You had the same faction games, right? First of all, and then you won one, and then Qien won one, right? And then you had the AVS and the SVA. Why did you win as Allied and the Soviet? Do you think compared to Qien? What did Qien do wrong? Like we were all over the place just trying to keep track of what the hell you guys were doing. But I'm curious if you could pinpoint, like, you won as Soviet, you won as Allied. Why?
I think it's overall just brain difference, but there's like he forced too much with the Soviets, and then with Allies, I'm trying to remember what happened when he played Allies. Oh yeah. I think he went too aggressive early game, so he fell behind on the eco. I think he made like 25 GIs, and that's a little bit overcommitment because then he can't make air that much early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he just fucked up early game.
Yeah, I don't think Qien got the value that he needed out of some of his GI pushes. He definitely committed a little bit more early to him, and then and a couple big. Were you surprised? I feel like his tech. Did you feel like his Soviet tech, was kind of coming late? Were you surprised to see how late those Iron Curtains were coming?
Yeah, they were pretty late, but it's also very hard to like go fast IC, because if you go like one factory IC, you're just gonna get eagled. So it's like you have to find a moment where you can build it safely. I think you need to go like 3 factories, and you have to like spam flak cannons, and then you make it when you're more safe, so it doesn't get sniped instantly. But I don't know, it can, like, even so, if you do that, it can still be sniped, like if they just suicide the eagles.
Yeah, if there's 2 AFCs and they want the battle lab, they're gonna get it. It's just kind of hard. I mean, ideally you get 2 like hitting in the back of your base, but this map's kind of hard too. There's not that much space to build. It's a little bit exposed, I guess.
But the big thing with winning allies is I think you need to win by water many of the times, because it's very hard to finish the opponent with the ground army.
Yeah, I think, and we saw that obviously your aircraft carriers kind of being the nail in the coffin, using the Eagles to slow them down, but ultimately the aircraft carriers to kind of end things. I guess this map playing differently, but is there any other like blitz things? Like, has your strategy, like your main blitz like strategy, changed much, like month to month? Have you been like thinking about any specific new things?
No, because usually I only watch the games, and I download the map only like 1 day before we play. But now I played like 30 quick matches, I think, or 30 or 40. So I played some games on the map, and also I smacked Snark a couple times.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, Marco. We pretend that session never happened.
Yeah.
But like sometimes, like the one blitz that I won before, like I played against Berg like a couple days before, and he smacked me pretty good. But I learned a lot in those games, so I was pretty prepared for the finals. But I don't know. I don't know if I think overplaying it maybe doesn't help you like super much, but a lot. But I think you need to get at least some feel for the map before you play it, I guess, in the competitive games.
Yeah, the map specifically. I mean, once you get kind of a feeling down for your general strategy, but yeah, map to map, obviously a little bit of a difference. You said you were playing some QM, so with the other maps, what's your least favorite blitz map in QM? You probably don't even know the
I think
names.
the one with the box in the middle that heals your tanks.
Kong, yeah.
Yeah, with the monkeys.
It's just too open, or like what aspect don't you like? I'm just curious because like it's interesting to hear from like top level players, because the low level players complain about everything. So I'm more interested what you guys think.
It just plays a little bit weird. Like some of the cliffs are kind of weird around your base, but to be fair, I have played like 2 games in that map, so I'm not too familiar with it. But it just felt like worse than the others. But maybe I just haven't played it enough.
Yeah, it was one of the original ones. It definitely plays. We've changed a lot of the vibes since then, so it's interesting to hear a few people say that. Well, Marko, good job, man. I'm excited to see you next month. Again, here's the bracket for next month, guys. Marko and Qien straight to the semifinals. Yeah, Marko, thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for putting on the games. Yeah, we'll be seeing hope to see you in QM this month too.
Yep.
All right.
Pleasure and honor watching you, Marko. It was just fantastic, man. Thank you. That was really, really fun.
Yeah, I do it just for you, Stark.
Aw, thanks, man. I always knew you had a crush on me.
All right.
Unfortunately, I also have to get off voice chat, but thank you so much for having me. This was fantastic.
Yep.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Thanks for hanging out, Snark. Always a good time. We'll see you later, buddy. All right, guys. So Marko the GOAT in here. Yeah, you can't take anything away from Qien though. Marko was just like I said. I mean, a lot of those games, you go back and rewatch them, you're going to see there was a single tiny mistake made that blew things wide open. Qien playing incredible blitz, Marko playing incredible blitz. Bangers as usual from those guys. So next month, guys, here's the pro division coming at you here, splitting up all the pros. It's like mini divisions within the pro division. These are the top 12 blitz players right now. Going to be banging out next month. 12? 4, 7, 8, 9, yeah. 12. So again, Marko and Qien. Now you guys know why they go straight to the semifinals. Yeah, because they're playing on a different level. But we'll see. Snark 1D1 this month, so he'll be in the lowest level of pro, so that should be fun. Let's